Applying for jobs, not getting interviews? Here are more than 30 possible reasons why that may be happening, despite sending out many resumes. And it's my perspective on it from having worked in recruiting and now coaching for as long as I have. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. People hire me for no BS job search advice and career coaching globally because I do make the process so much easier for people and I deliver it in a no BS sort of way. So here are 30 possible reasons. The first one I know you're not going to like. Your resume isn't customized for each application and doesn't use keywords from the job posting. In other words, it's too general. You're not going to get an interview. You're applying for roles you're underqualified for or overqualified for. Number 3, relevant skills and achievements are buried or not quantified in the resume. 4, there are formatting, grammar, or spelling errors in the resume. 5, you're not leveraging your professional networking and asking for introductions to the hiring manager. There are people you know who may know the people who are involved with hiring for this role. Number 6, weak or non-existent cover letter or one that's generic and doesn't highlight your fit. It's just one of those happy letters. 7, there are gaps in your work history that are unexplained. 8, listed skills, experience, and interests don't align with your target field or role. 9, a lack of an online presence or outdated profiles and portfolios. When you don't have an online presence and you've been working professionally, you're invisible, and there's no way that they can check you out in advance. If they're looking for an average person, then they might consider you. But you don't want to be seen as average because then you get average money and you're lumped in with all these other people. Next, which is number 10, your contact info, email, or voicemail is unprofessional or not listed obviously on the top of the page. Do not embed it, just have it processed on the top. Mass applying. You're just spamming your resume out to tons of different roles, and as a result, you're not taking the time to really make people see how your background serves them. Next, not following up or applying after applying or checking on online application status. If you don't follow up after a day or two, they may have missed it. Because remember, yours is not the only one that they're receiving. They're receiving a ton of them. Make it easy for them. Submitting the application incorrectly or to the wrong person. They have specific instructions like in Word, not a PDF. Or you think you found the right person and it wasn't. So that becomes reason number 13. Number 14, if you're not highlighting transferable skills from other experiences that you have. Sometimes you may not have the specific, but there's something transferable. 15, the resume font, formatting, or structure of the resume is difficult to read, or it's been rejected by the applicant tracking system because it's having trouble reading it. 16, vague, general, or inflated language rather than concrete facts. 17, irrelevant hobbies, interests, or outdated information. I've seen this so many times where people will have information on their resume and you got to scratch your head and go, why? 18, if your name is Googled, there's no results for you. 19, not networking in your target industry online and offline. You're not leveraging your network and asking for introductions or referrals. 20, even if you don't have specific background, sometimes a certification, training, or academic project will help you as a recent grad. Make sure you get some of those because it will help you. 21, your materials seem flat, dull, boring, and thus there's no excitement to them. You're like a million other people. Why should they choose you when everyone else's looks the same and sounds the same? Applying mostly through job portals without direct outreach. That's the notion that you may know someone who knows the hiring manager. Try using them for the introduction. Your work history doesn't show any impact, leadership. There's just nothing that demonstrates I did this and this is the result that I got from doing this. 24, your role or achievements do not match what they're looking for. 25, you're not active on sites like LinkedIn and thus not increasing your visibility. I'm not talking about being on there every day, 4 times a day. I'm just talking about, have you written anything? Have you commented on anything that demonstrates that you're a human being and you're smart? 26, the tone or length of your application is much too long, or it sounds wrong for them. They want an analytical person, you're bubbly in what you write, or vice versa. You may have the skills, this is number 27, you may have the skills and achievements, but it's buried in the resume. Generally, if you're applying for a job, they want to see something that's relevant in the top half of the first page. And for you, it's in the middle of page 2. You're not going to get interviewed. You're only applying through, I think I may have said this before, you're only applying online, not making direct contact. There's an obvious gap in your work history that's left unexplained. Your online persona, your LinkedIn profile, for example, is not congruent with the resume. Lastly, you're applying to too many roles rather than targeting. I may have said that one before. This big list I put together, I apologize if I duplicated something. I'm Jeff Altman. There's a lot more on my website, thebiggamehunter.us, to help you with your job search. Go to the blog, go exploring. It will help you. And order one of my video courses, books, or guides. There's a lot there that'll help. And if you have questions about your job search, you could schedule time with me for what I call a trusted advisor services, where I answer questions, or you can also schedule time for me to coach you so I can help you. Lastly, connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Have a terrific day and be great.